Most beginners don't fail because they are lazy. They fail because they don't know what to focus on. They switch around routines, don't learn basics, don't recover, and start caring about injuries just after something is hurting them. And I was no different. These are things I wish I knew before I started working out. The first thing, know what you're training for. Because before you choose the exercises, you have to note what you want from your workout routine. Many beginners make the mistake that they tell themselves that they want to get stronger. But this is too broad of a term. What getting stronger is? You can get strong at every single movement that exists. You might gain some strength that is usable for everything, but you can get strong at everything. So the best thing to do is to set a goal that is not too abstract. For example, I'm a beginner street lifter, so I train to get as strong as possible in 4 movements: muscle-ups, pull-ups, dips, and squats. Maybe I do some other movements, but they aren't my priority. They are there just to give me some additional muscle mass or to help me in these movements that I want to master. And this also applies if you want to just build some muscle. You have to know what your dream physique look like so you can train the body parts that are essential for it. By this, you don't waste time doing things that aren't beneficial and tiring yourself for no reason. And with this comes another thing I would like to talk about: following one simple routine. Because many times beginners are tempted to do all of these exercises they saw on the internet, and by this you're also skipping the important part of learning basic compound movements like squat, dip, and pull-up. These are essential for beginners as they teach them how to work with their body. And also, the movement pattern you're doing in these exercises are many times very similar to movement patterns you will do in advanced exercises. So just get yourself one routine made out of basics. For example, when I was a beginner, I wanted to get a bigger ass. So my training was only squats, hip thrust, RDLs, and Bulgarian split squats. And this gave me the best results and the best base to move on from. So right now I can choose basically any exercise because I know the basic movement pattern that can be applied to it. So just remember, simple routine that you can follow every week will beat a perfect routine you will be changing every other week. And then there's motivation. And for this, it's very important for you to keep showing up even when the progress feels slow. As a beginner, you can't expect your progress to just skyrocket and be like every other person that's been in the gym for a very long time. You are just learning how your body works, how to do the right exercises. And believe me, you will do many stupid mistakes that you will find out just after, and these mistakes are actually slowing down your progress. But there's no shortcut to it. You won't just wake up with the knowledge of exactly what to do. And also, your body is just adapting. So just give it time and don't worry about the progress for the first month or 2. And then there's the most tricky part: our joints, tendons, and small muscles. Because big movements build strength, but having healthy joints and tendons will help you to train without pain. So don't think that you can just skip this part because you're a beginner and you're not lifting that heavy of weights. This was exactly my mistake. You don't wanna deal with knee pain and shoulder pain, elbow pain when it's there. You wanna avoid it, and you avoid it by doing mobility work, strengthening work for your tendons, and so on. These are very small things that many people don't want to do because they are boring. But believe me, sitting at your ass for 2 weeks because you've injured your knee or your elbow and you can't do anything will be more boring than doing a few exercises a week. Because muscle gets stronger faster as your tendons and joints can adapt. So it's always a good idea to support them before you have bigger problems. Training is a signal for your body to get stronger, but food and recovery actually makes it possible for it to adapt. So let's go over the basics that many of you heard, but are actually really useful. Let's start with food. And by food, I don't mean just eating enough protein, but eating enough in general. This might be a problem for the girls, as they are not used to eating in a calorie surplus because they are thinking that it will make them fat. But in order for you to build muscle and strength, you have to be in a small calorie surplus. There's just no way around it. And by structuring your workouts properly and working out regularly, you won't get fat. Don't worry about it. And then there's the thing that everybody needs but don't want to do: sleep. In order for you to get a better sleep, you have to follow these few steps: waking up and going to sleep at the same time, eliminating blue light 1 hour before going to sleep, having cool room and quiet mind. That means that you can't go to sleep thinking what will happen next day and so on. No. If you have problems with it, you can try meditating or do some kind of stretching or light yoga before sleep, as it will help you relax your mind. And even if this doesn't help you, journaling is also a great thing, as you can write down all of your worries, and after you write it down, your brain takes it as solved, so it won't be bothering with you when you're trying to fall asleep. And of course, we can't forget about rest days, because you don't grow by destroying your body. You grow by training, recovering, and repeating it. So the way to the success is not having 7 hard trainings a week, but maybe cutting it down to 6 or 5, so your body can actually recover. And when we're talking about recovery, don't think that recovery is just resting. So go cycling, go hiking, go swimming, as this pumps the blood into the muscles, and the blood has all of the essential nutrients for it to heal. I wish you a good luck on your journey, and I hope these tips will help you to progress even more.